So the Indiana Pacers squeaked by the New York Knicks. Man, game three of the Eastern Conference semifinals. It was probably way closer, way more intense than it probably ever should have been. I want to dive into that in this video. If you enjoy it, smash the like button for me, subscribe, and the bell for notifications. I'm actually doing this video with a sore throat, so bear with me, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let me just start off with, um, Rick Carlisle is. I mean, I'm a big Rick Carlisle fan, just as a coach. X's and O's, schemes, all those things. But I'm kind of shocked at what I'm seeing from him as a coach. His approach to this series, um, I feel like it's way more about him than it is even the guys out there playing. Because for all intents and purposes, I can completely see that the Indiana Pacers have distinct advantages that they are just not taking advantage of. This is a team that should be utilizing their height, their size, their length, especially on the interior. They should have been going big, playing Pascal Siakam at the three instead of the four. Put in Obi Toppin, use his athleticism. I mean, there's just so many things that they should be doing, right? Moving Andrew Nimhard probably to the bench, um, and then allow him to come off the bench with TJ McConnell, right? But they should also be, more than anything, if I'm honest with y'all, they should be running plays. They should be running set plays. Look, it's great to have an offensive system where you have a lot of options and a lot of reads. That keeps the defense on its heels because it's always guessing, and it creates opportunities from unforeseen places that allow you to score with a level of efficiency that many times teams that only run plays or only run pick and roll tend to miss out on. Right? This is what the San Antonio Spurs used to do back in the day. They had a system, right? Within this system, they would be able to exploit you, right? The Golden State Warriors, right? They had a system. But the thing is, there comes a time where you're going to need to implement specific sets. And this is a point of emphasis that I'm noticing more and more and more. When Pascal Siakam gets rolling, he has gravity on the floor against the Knicks because they know that they don't have a matchup for him. They don't have a matchup for him. They don't have somebody with size and length. Since OG Anunoby got injured, they don't have anybody. And if I'm honest with you, I don't think Pascal Siakam can't have a mismatch against OG Anunoby. Remember, they were teammates for what, 5, 6, 7 years, right? They've played against each other many times. There's a level of comfort that both of them have, right? So I don't think, as good as a defender as OG Anunoby is, I don't think Pascal Siakam is worried about him. But the thing is that a scorer like Pascal Siakam needs to be able to get into his bag early. He needs to be able to get good looks early. He needs to be able to get rolling so that he's in a rhythm. Because once he's in a rhythm, he's the type of player that can compound baskets in a short amount of time, as we saw at the end of the first half and towards the end of the game. He's one of those guys that if he sees one go in, he's going to come right back. He's going to try to get the next one. He's probably going to get to the free throw line. Then he's going to get into his pull up. Then he's going to get into his spin move. Then he's going to get into his jump hook. Then he's going to face you up. Then he's going to, right? Then he's spotting up, right? He's the type of guy that you want taking a bulk of these shots, not TJ McConnell and Andrew Nimhart. And I think that that is the weakness of a system, is that you can play it to put the ball in the hands of guys that favor the defense, who are not natural high volume scorers, who are not big time pressure scorers. And I know some of you might be like, hey, Andrew Nimhard, he hit a huge three at the end of the game. If you watch that game towards the end of the game, I don't even know if he should have been in the game. One, because Jalen Brunson had been abusing him historically, right? He sees him, he sees food. But then on top of that, he had missed, I want to say like 3 or 4 shots in a row. Like he really had a terrible game, Andrew Nimhart. He did not play well. The bulk of what was slowing down Jalen Brunson was Aaron Neesmith and the length and the help. Now, this is another thing that I want to point out, that the Indiana Pacers need to do a better job of diversifying how they are defending um, Jalen Brunson. Maybe they have principles. You know how some teams have like principles where like, hey, we're never going to send help. You know, you're going to be on the island and you just do it. Or they say, hey, we're going to trap off of a pick and roll, right? Or we're going to have these different principles and they kind of stick to it. I think they need to do more of what Miami does, what the Miami Heat do, which is they constantly mix it up on you. Sometimes they're going to trap you. Sometimes they're going to single cover you. Sometimes they're going to go over. Sometimes they're going to go under. Sometimes they're going to wait and trap you in certain moments. But if I'm honest with you, one moment for sure they should be trapping Jalen Brunson is when he turns his back to the basket. When he has been most susceptible to turn the ball over is when he turned his back to the basket after trying to work his way in against a Nimhard or especially against Aaron Neesmith, right? A bigger, lankier defender. As soon as he gets into that little beneath the free throw line, and I would do this only when he's beneath the free throw line, is as soon as he gets down there and he starts backing up and does a little spin, you send a big that crowds the crap out of him. And you force him to try to squeeze a pass out of there. And you make somebody else like Isaiah Hartenstein beat you. Make somebody like Josh Hart a volume scorer. Now I know Dante DiVincenzo got off in this game. Look, he's on a heater. He might be out there just feeling himself and he's on a run, right? He's on fire. We've all played the video game. But I don't think that sustains. And I think if you have to choose between Jalen Brunson and the other four guys beating you, you need to go with the other four guys. Now, it worked out in this game. Technically, it worked out in this game. But it could easily have not. It could easily have not. One, because they're letting guys like TJ McConnell try to get into his bag and get himself going. Look, it's great when he's got it going. But you know what? I'm just as happy with him being 1 for 3 as I am him being 5 for 7. And you know what? If he's 1 for 2 and then he misses that third, I need you to turn into a distributor. I need you to go back to what you was doing. I don't need you to go what did he end up going? 3 for 10. I don't need you to keep going. I don't need you to try to keep trying to get yourself going. No, look, get somebody else going. Run a set. Hey, you know what? How about run a pick and roll with Obi Toppin, right? How about run a pick and roll with Isaiah Jackson? How about get the ball to Obi Toppin or Isaiah Jackson and run a high low, right? Especially when they only have one big in there. And and the last thing I want to talk about is on defense. On defense, and I said it before, why they need to go big in order to exploit that advantage. I didn't get into the reason why. The big reason why is because you got to keep Josh Hart off the boards. Look, Josh Hart had another game where he had 18 rebounds. What the hell? What the hell? This. I mean, I know some guys they just have this tenacity and this dogness, right, to go out there and get it. I get it. Okay, I got you. Some dudes just got it. But you're in a playoff series, right? He can gut you for 15 rebounds in the first game. All right. But the second game, you better not even have 10. You might have 7 or 8, right? By the third game, you should have dropped that down to his averages. It should be 6, 7 rebounds, 8 at the most. Yo, he got you off of 18 boards, all defensive. All defensive. Now, I know you could probably say, well, that means they're doing a better job of keeping him off the offensive glass, but he had mad tip outs. He had mad tip outs. And the thing is, they're going to have to start playing Josh Hart as if he's a forward, not a guard, just because he's 6'5", right? He's not a guard. Even though he has guard skills, he is not a guard. He is a forward. How he plays is physical and on the interior. He'll spot up from time to time. He might take you off the dribble, but he's really a straight line drive. He's not setting up offense. He's not necessarily playmaking for others. He's staying in a very kind of set Swiss Army knife. I want to say Andre Iguodala used to play this role, but Andre Iguodala could actually run the offense. Josh Hart, not so much. You see, when you have a bigger guy on him like Pascal Siakam, you almost completely neutralize him. Not just that, but I don't know if you noticed, um, Pascal Siakam gave Josh Hart problems. Problems. He was racking up mad fouls trying to guard Pascal. And Pascal being able to meet him at the rim was a huge deterrent. Josh Hart only went to the line 2 times. I'm sorry, once he shot a 1 of 2 from the free throw line instead of living at the free throw line in the other games. All right, and if he wasn't living at the free throw line, he was living at the rim, scoring at the rim. But with a 6'9" defender on him, 6'10" Obi Toppin, right? Now all of a sudden he's not able to work and do the things that he's doing. So I think that those are the three main adjustments. Once again, go big, go big, right? I don't care. Look, I really want you to put Andrew Nimhard off the bench. Maybe bring 3 guards in with T.J. McConnell, Andrew Nimhard, and Ben Shepherd, and then go Isaiah Jackson. Start Miles Turner, Obi Toppin, Pascal Siakam, Aaron Neesmith, and Tyrese Halliburton. You're going to be big as hell. You're going to control the boards early. You can still get out on the fast break. You have the size advantages that allows you to go high-low, allows you to exploit mismatches and put more pressure on Josh Hart, getting him into foul trouble, which keeps him off the glass. And then lastly, to be able to come over and help against a Jalen Brunson when he's doing that little herky jerk. Look, I don't mind if he's doing the herky jerk at 20 plus feet out behind the 3 point line. I don't really care about that. But when he gets into the interior, and as soon as he crosses that free throw line, look, if he crosses that free throw line and he turns his back, which is something that Andrew Neesmith, if they have this type of a scheme, they can actually plot for it. Where once he gets beneath that free throw line, Andrew Nimhard just overplays his left hand, forcing that spin back to his right, and you have a 6'9", 6'10", 6'11" defender right there. No, you're not doubling him with another guard. You're going to double him with another big, which is why you go big. And then lastly, just if I could just tie a little bow on this, look, keep your matchups. If you want a bigger defender on Jalen Brunson, whenever Jalen Brunson is in, you have a bigger defender. Right? You don't leave Andrew Nimhard in there and Jalen Brunson comes back in the game. You just don't. Because he's going to see food, he's going to get himself going, and next thing you know, his 1 for 8 turned into 5 for, 12. Right? All of a sudden now he goes on a run, he makes 3, 4 shots in a row, and now he's rolling. And now he's hitting big shots at the end of the game, which he almost did again to you guys in this game. But hey, these are just my thoughts. It's the Rock with the as Ross with the Rock never stops. Sorry, y'all, I'm getting over cold, like I said. But if you enjoy it, smash the like button for me, subscribe, and the bell for notifications. Peace.